Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, this is the Scrap Bowie challenge. So if you don't know what this is, it's a challenge to make a Bowie knife from scrap, and if you do join in, you can actually win a knife. You will win the knife that I'm going to make in this video. Alright, so I'm going to make mine from an old scythe. It will be something along the lines of this design, something like that. I'm still not sure what I'm going to use for the handle. I may reuse this bit of wood for the handle. It would be the easiest thing for me to do. But this is going to be a proper Bowie, so it will have a guard on and stuff like that. So yeah, and if you're not sure how to join in or what needs to be done, there's a link in the description, and I'll see if I can put a card up somewhere so you can click the video so you know how to join in. So this is what I've got planned for the Bowie so far. So the blade, I may reuse this handle, but I'm going to have to see what kind of tang I've got and all that, and what kind of state this wood is in. I've got a bit of metal for a guard. These two metal rings may be to replace this one and have one at the bottom, depending on how I do the handle. This bit of plastic will be made into a kydex sheath. Do you know what? I might actually leave that like that instead of doing the clip point bit, because that is a nice point actually on that, and it does curve down ever so slightly. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave the blade shape like that looking at it. Right, so that's the blade so far. I'm going to wrap that up now, because in all honesty I'm probably going to blue this blade. I'll just keep filing that till it's the right shape to fit over the tang properly. Right, so there's the blade, and I've given the guard a little bit of a curve on the front. Just a little bit, so it'll sit like that. So I'm going to work out how I'm going to do the handle now, and I might use the existing handle but shape it a different shape. Right, so far the handle's looking like that, and in all honesty that was a bit of a mistake. I started shaving off the sides before I realised that this handle will only go on a certain way. But it doesn't matter. I think now what I'll do, I'm going to curve these edges inwards, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to put one of those steel rings I've got on the bottom here, and then a washer on, and then pin the handle on. So I'll carry on doing that till I can get the ring on the end. Right, I've no idea what this video is going to sound like because I've forgot to put the microphone on for nearly all the bloody video. Also, you'd have to excuse how dark it is in here. It's winter now and it's 4 o'clock and it's already dark, and this camera isn't particularly good at picking up light. So I'm going to shape the handle now. I'm going to taper it back because this end's fatter than this end. Right, let's see if we can do a PVC Kydex type sheath. So I'm going to heat this pipe up and hopefully I can slot it on, squash it down. Right, so it's sort of worked. You can see it's slightly taken the shape of the blade. That doesn't really matter because I just want this as a liner for the thin leather, because you don't want to make a sheath out of thin leather because it will cut straight through it. Changed my mind because I accidentally, well, I didn't have enough leather basically, so I'm going to cover it in denim. Should look alright. Be something different. You're going to have to excuse the heater you can hear because I'm drying the glue on the sheath. So I'm going to wrap the handle up, glue all the metal now, and then stain the handle, and then hopefully by then the sheath will be dry. I can sew up the front, add a couple of rivets at the end, and then I may add, I've got a couple of little bits of leather that would work as little straps halfway somewhere. So it's going to take a few coats to get this to actually go blue. Some things will blue a little bit easier than others. So I'm going to keep putting the coats on. And I don't think I'll bother varnishing this handle. I'm going to wax it once it's done. Right, I'm just sewing up the front of this denim now. Should look reasonably good for scrap. Right, so there you go. There's my Bowie for the Scrap Bowie challenge. PVC lined sheath with denim and a bit of leather. There's the blade, blued, hardwood handle I'd assume. Quite medieval looking, I think. The knife itself. Yeah, quite happy with that. Quite sort of weird looking, but nice. So there you go. If you want to win this knife, you better make sure you make your own then. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up on this. It just needs a little bit of cleaning. The denim's a little bit dirty. So I'm going to try and clean that off. Then I'll do some HD pictures next, and I'll also add in a little bit of cutting on something as well. Alright? So don't forget to view the rest of the video. And don't forget to check out the other video showing how you could win this if you want it. This is the first bit of bottle cutting I've done for fucking ages, so don't expect much. And this probably needs more of a sharpener as well, so let's do that. The reason I haven't been cutting for ages is because I've got a bad side. I've ripped a muscle in my side, so I've got a support belt on it. This should be alright, but the bottle count always was alright, as if I overdid it. But yeah, don't expect much.